Seriously strange events have been taking place throughout April. Some even caught on camera. You may want to watch this till the end and let us know what you think is going on.
Sei pronto? Pode
Vai.
fare l'effetto.
Mysterious lights caught flying throughout the sky in Sweden. This was seen at a Saudi Arabian airport.
Since the beginning of time, man has yearned to destroy the sun. I will do the next best thing. Block it out.
Bill Gates and Harvard scientists intend to block out the sun's rays from Earth this year.
Hola, aquí estoy otra vez. Desde el puerto de Mazarrón y bueno, como podéis ver, a mi perra la tengo muy nerviosa porque hay un ruido muy raro. Ya, cariño, ya. Que es como unas trompetas.
There's little good news today for residents in flood zones spanning 3 different provinces. Thousands have now had to leave their homes. All there is to do is wait for floodwaters to recede so they can get back in and take some stock of the damage. But for many people, that is still days away. The Premier is telling displaced residents to have courage in the difficult days ahead.
Well, this, Michael, was not like this at all about 24 hours ago. All the water came rushing, gushing down here and filled several homes. I say several, I'm talking about several hundred. They're talking about maybe even 2,500 homes which are affected by water. So far, maybe as many as 6,000 people had to be evacuated last night from their homes. It was really quite an emergency operation. Firefighters and police had to actually get into the water to pull people out of their homes. I'm in a mobile home park here. People were, of course, they're elderly. They are some are disabled in wheelchairs. So they had to actually help those people out of the water. You can see here people are actually going to their homes using boats to gather whatever they can because the water came up so fast. They had no time to react. They had 5, maybe 10 minutes. Some people left their supper on the table. They left a glass of wine sitting there. They left their pets in their homes. So they really had no time at all to react. I spoke with one woman earlier today. Let's have a listen to what she had to say.
And within seconds, minutes, you could hear the trees, the water tumbling down like a real tsunami. It just came. And then the police took their sirens out and they said, okay, go, 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 because evacuate. So we ran around the places and took the old peoples out of their house, and we went to the city hall, and next thing you know, we were evacuated from there also because the water was coming up to the city hall. So it's unbelievable.
Governments have been taking them seriously all along, very seriously. Nick Pope is a journalist who has spent years researching UFOs for the British government. He says that UFOs aren't just real, they also frequently come close to crashing into commercial airlines. Nick, thank you very much for coming on. So it's really not a question of, do governments believe UFOs are real? Yes, they do. The United States government does, the British government does. The question is, do they have any idea what they are, where they're from?
No, we don't. We keep an open mind on it. We don't rule anything off, take nothing off the table with this. Our point really is that whatever these things turn out to be, there is a serious defense, national security, and air safety issue here.
Yes. Well, so that's kind of the nub of it, and that's where my interest comes from. So why aren't governments encouraging the population to, as they say about, if you see something, say something, report sightings to the government so we can make sense of this potential threat?
Well, they should be, and that's what we certainly did at the Ministry of Defense for many years. We took it very seriously. Our own pilots were seeing these things. We were having radar operators track them. And we knew, again, through intelligence and through open source material, we knew that the Russians and the Chinese and others were working on this too. The problem was that just the pop culture baggage from the term UFO, flying saucer, little green men, people don't take it seriously, but they should.
So we've ruled out, I think, that these are aircraft, experimental aircraft, or technically advanced aircraft from other countries. Is that true?
Well, no, we keep an open mind, as I say, and some of these things probably are Russian or Chinese, whoever it is, but that's the point. We must find out if there's something in our airspace we need to know. For years, governments said they didn't do this. They did. I did it for the British government. I can only talk about this now because my old employers are gradually declassifying and releasing information about my old job. We now know, of course, the Pentagon had a program too. I think it will take congressional hearings to get to the bottom of all this, not just in the United States, but all around the world. And I'd like to see those congressional hearings.
Commercial pilots have very often reported sighting objects in the air that seem to defy the laws of physics. To what extent are these objects to commercial aviation, potentially?
Well, certainly the British Ministry of Defence and our Civil Aviation Authority, which is the UK equivalent of your FAA, have dozens of cases in our files about near misses, some of which where pilots have had to take evasive action. And again, it comes back to the point. I don't care, in one sense, what these things are, but when there is this flight safety concern, when we have these near misses, we sure as heck should be doing more to find out.
Hey, look here, in the road. Oh my goodness, I hope it doesn't fall again. This is like the biggest catastrophe. Oh no.
6块无6块，啊本来6块，6块几无，哇好2块，2块，你对当晚你考机用个去对面去做老外。
It's good. Oh my God.
Mira.
Aquí cerca parece grande. Me envían a eso. A ver, si uno viste que sacó el pelucas ahorita. Mira, pues sí. Más grande que todo. Para las pinches tiburones. Una roca también. Ahí de los ojos. De la boca.
The storms were intense, driving damaging winds, uprooting trees, and bringing down power lines across the mid-Atlantic. Hail the size of quarters in the Northeast, flooding in Ohio, and thunder outside New York. Sometimes catching people off guard.
Oh my Lord.
Like these beachgoers in Virginia, this Twitter user describing the scene. 1 minute it was nice, and the next minute it felt like a hurricane. More than 900 flights canceled in the U.S. Friday, and more than 5,000 delayed. The South still picking up the pieces.
Some of the worst devastation that we've seen to be concentrated.
Tornadoes flattening homes, snapping power lines and trees. What's different about this year's tornado season is that so-called Tornado Alley has been unusually quiet. Instead, the South has seen the brunt of the damage. This week, there were at least 8 confirmed tornadoes in Louisiana alone.
The U.S. Navy is preparing new guidelines for pilots on how to report sightings of UFOs.